Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we are doing another Amonkhet Intermediate Swiss Draft League. If you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Let's do this. Alright, Grim Strider, Unburden. This pack is pretty awful. This is really unexciting first picks all around. Maybe Horror of the Broken Lands because it can cycle and it's a good finisher. That's reasonable. Slightly more exciting than Unburden, I would say. Labyrinth Guardian has Embalm. It's a 2-drop, 2-3. You have to target it with a spell to kill it, which actually isn't bad. A 2-drop, 2-3 with Embalm. Maybe Labyrinth Guardian is actually the best here, albeit still slightly an unexciting first pick, but we'll take the 2-drop, 2-3, I guess. At least you have to kill it with a spell and not an ability. Okay. So follow-up pick, we have the Shimmer Scale Drake, which might just be the pick. Honored Crop Captain, which is pretty good. It's a good lord. Good lord. Yeah, I mean, Honored Crop Captain's pretty aggressive. There's Splendid Agony Removal. Like I said, the Drake is basically a 5-mana 3/4 flyer, and it's also got cycling, which is nice. What's this do again? X-Star creatures can't be blocked. Those creatures gain whenever. Okay, that's kind of cool. That is actually kind of cool. You can end up drawing some cards. It's an interesting one. So if I take the Captain, it's just sort of... I mean, it's a strong card. It might be worth just like taking that instead because it's the strongest card. Shimmer Scale Drake just kind of keeps me with the Labyrinth Guardian, but if I can make the Crop Captain work, maybe it's worth it. Yeah, I feel like this is a really powerful card. Buff your whole team in token colors, no less. So now we can take the Trial of Solidarity over like Desert Ceradon. Okay. I'm alright with that. And now we can take another Ceradon, Anoint Your Priest, or the Scavenger. So, there's also, I guess, a Thresher Lizard. Not bad. I like that this can loot, sort of, rummage or whatever. And the Ceradon's a big fan. We look like if we're playing these Boros cards, though, we want to be explosive, so probably the Scavenger over the Lizard. They're both pretty good, actually. I mean, this attacking as a 4/4 can potentially be really good. But I like that this can rummage. The discard effect can work with other cards in the format, too. So I think we're going to take the Scavenger. Okay, so now we can take the Cartouche to go with our Trial over Seraph of the Suns and Entangler and Unwavering Initiate. And Cartouche is just very good in hyper aggro anyway. Alright. So we can take the Renewed Faith. It's not really what we want to do. We could take the Juru's Resolve. It's a little more what we want to do with Exert and stuff, and you can protect your guy. Otherwise, it's like Sacred Cat or Tormenting Voice or Mighty Leap, all of which are pretty unexciting. All of these cards are pretty unexciting. The Cat, I guess, is okay with the Captain. And the Cartouche, maybe. Renewed Faith is probably the best card on color with us, but it's not what our deck wants to do. Particularly, we don't really care about gaining life. Sometimes it matters, but I feel like most of the time it doesn't. We'll take the Juru's Resolve. I feel like that can maybe be a good combat trick. Well, we get another one anyway. So now we see some late blue cards that are really good. It might be motivation to go in there. Like Vizier is blue ramp. It's just good. So maybe I'm supposed to take that. Okay. Okay. Trial of Knowledge. Maybe we're supposed to do like a blue-red. Well, maybe blue-white, and then we find cartouches elsewhere besides red. Okay. We lose our powerhouse red card here, but we might just have to be okay with that. So let's take the trial. There was the those who serve as well, so we can take cancel, supply caravan. Let's take the cancel. So can I make blue-white work or blue-red? Like, I'm trying to figure out what the okay, now we can take those who serve, but then we commit deeper to blue-white. Maybe I just want the ancient crab, though worse than those who serve. Keeps us in blue territory, which maybe is where we're supposed to be. Because we might still be blue-red, possibly. This requires white. Like, Honored Crop Captain is just pretty much out anyway. I guess we'll take the crab. So, are we trying to be a blue-white skies, or are we trying to be blue-red spells? I mean, we're seeing late blue. I don't know how I feel about the blue trial either. Alright, we can take the Ceradon now. Maybe blue-red is where we're going to end up. I don't really think Reduced to Rubble's that good anyway. And seeing that late of a Desert Ceradon is probably a sign, because Ceradon's actually a good card. We don't really need any of these. We'll take the white card in case. We'll take the wrappings. It's reasonable blue removal. So, I mean, it feels like we want to play a blue control deck of some sort. Because we have counter spells. We have some card advantage. Counter spell, ramp, removal. But we don't know if we want to be white or red or maybe something else. But I mean, we're clearly supposed to be in blue. Okay, so we have the white cartouche, which works with our two trials. We have Javelineer, which could go into the red-blue, but we just don't have a good... I mean, we can pick it up later, but we don't have a good one yet for it. There's a Skirmisher, which is just a cheap thing. That's Shepherd, which is a big finisher. Opening with Cartouche is a bit ambitious, even with two trials, because we probably are going to be able to see some more. So maybe I just want the Shepherd because it's a big cycle flyer. I actually like the Sure Shot. I like what that can do. I do like our red cards more than our white currently. But am I going to play blue-red and not be a spells deck? That seems wrong. Like, if I play blue-white, I can still make a Skies deck work. Which maybe is what I'm supposed to do. I mean, Catcher's Name's not going to happen, but the trial is definitely going to be good in that, I think. I think we're going to take the Shepherd. It makes more sense to me that we're going... I could have taken the Gustwalker, too, I guess. Maybe I should have done that because it's cheaper. There's a Gravedigger. So here we can take the Drake. Alright. I mean, the problem is we gotta pull the trigger on a deck here. Alright, even Wind Guide's good. It's got Embalm too, so that's cool. Take it over a Fan Bearer. So Lord of the Accursed here as well. But we'll take the Aven Wind Guide. Alright. So I think we at least know what we want to do. So here we can take the Impeccable Timing. over the Spearmaster. Yeah. Scribe's looking pretty bad, as people pointed out, and I think they're probably right. It's not a very good card in general. Particularly not good in this deck, though. Trial of Strength, man. Now we're seeing some red, but none of them are like, well, another Desert Ceradon. Ugh. This is challenging. This is challenging because I don't know the direction I'm supposed to go. I keep wanting to pull the trigger. I think we have to go for the blue-white now. At this point, I'm just committed. Which is unfortunate because Sparring Mummy is just such a turd. Such an unexciting turd of a card. Trial of Strength with no cartouches now is, as you might expect, pretty unexciting. I guess we'll take a Hill Giant. That's pretty sad, though. So Gale Strike's probably pretty good. I think we might need some more creatures, though. There's another Wrappings, and we could take another Shepherd, too. Shepherds are pretty pricey, but it might be what we're looking for. Otherwise, yeah, the Gale Strike. I mean, this deck needs some more creatures. So I think I'm going to take the Shepherd. I mean, we can't pass up flyers when we see them. And the fact that these can cycle makes them pretty versatile. Like all of our top end right now can just be cycled if we need it. Compelling Argument, pretty unexciting. Maybe Censor is just, yeah, Censor's got to be better. So we'll do that. So this deck needs some help pretty badly. Got a lot of cyclers. No payoffs, though. And we have 2 trials now with 0 cartouches, too. I guess we can take the Illumination or the Anointer Priest. So Anointer Priest has Embalm, which gives us synergy with the Aven Wind Guide, I guess. Alright. Early blocker, too. I like the Illumination, but I think we need more creatures. And maybe we find more Embalm out of pack 3. I think we're just going to take the Evolving Wilds. Sure Shot that late is pretty surprising. I think the card is actually really good. I don't think we want to open into a Wonder because we're already going to be pretty evasive. So I guess we take Forsake, which isn't super exciting either, but can deal with some things and it cycles at worst, so we may need it. So now we're just seeing a lot of green from this direction. I guess we'll take this. Cheetah. Alright. So pack 3, we need some help. We need some bombs. This deck doesn't have much excitement going for it. I mean, we're running a Sparring Mummy and an Ancient Crab right now. Yeah, there's some definite weakness in this deck, so needs to improve pretty rapidly here. The Vizier is still very good. And getting the second to last pick, okay, the Wrapping second to last pick is kind of nice for us. So at least blue has been open the whole draft, but I committed to the white because of the Aven Wind Guide, and then we saw some fairly late good red cards. So, bit of a problem there. The Scribe is so mediocre in this deck in particular, but even in general, so we're probably just going to cut that. So this deck needs some creatures. I'm definitely going to run the Trial of Solidarity, but Trial of Knowledge is pretty whatever in this deck. So we'll take another Aven Wind Guide. That's a nice pickup at least. Take it over the Wrappings. Yeah, and the Gust Walker. Okay. That's a good pickup for us at least. There's the red trial. So we can take a skirmisher now. It has synergy with the wind guide. Gives us something to evade with later. Okay. And we need creatures anyway. And it gives us Anointer Priest value. Alright, this is a plan. We have a decent amount of flyers now. We've got 5 at the top end. We have some removal. So at least we're on a game plan that can win. Like, we have Embalms with 2 Aven Wind Guides, which is good. Monument's probably not terrible in here, but... God, and then we get past Heartpiercer, Manticore. So I could take the Monument. If we don't end up with enough creatures, it's going to be pretty bad, though. Like, most of the things that we want cheaper... Well, I mean, it makes the Wind Guides cheap. It's not that good, though. I mean, I have an Evolving Wilds I can splash red. I'm not really keen on doing that, though. And the Cartouche is good with the Trials, but I don't think... I think we're just taking the Monument and hoping to see some blue stuff to justify it. So we'll take another Priest here. Because we need more creatures. Oversensor and Winds of Rebuke. Not that Anointer Priest is a very exciting creature, but... it's a creature nonetheless. So we're looking like a 17 land deck too. Prefer to not play the Crab. Jeru's Resolve is pretty whatever too. It's more of a sideboard card. Vizier of Deferment. Exile target creature attacked or blocked. Do we have Into the Battlefield effects? Not really. So I can probably just take the Initiate here. Yeah. Get another flyer. Essence Scatter is good. So we can take that or the Winged Shepherd. We may just want another Winged Shepherd. We want all the flyers we can get. Essence Scatter is pretty good. We might be able to find a couple more creatures out of the next couple. I kind of want the Essence Scatter. I think it's going to be useful. I think Jeru's Resolve can probably go. I think we look like a 17 land deck too. Sparring Mummy's, like I said, pretty bad, so I'd like to upgrade that. Kefnut's Monument's not looking so good either. Alright, Skirmisher's a nice pickup for us. Fits the theme of what we're trying to do. In general, not a great card, but fits our theme. So I think I kind of want to cut the Mummy just because it's a hill giant that doesn't do much. What's Forsake the Worldly do again? Oh yeah, we don't need to main deck that. So we ended up with a good amount of Embalm, which is cool. No cartouches for the trials. Is playing 4 mana, draw 3, discard a card worth it? Probably not. I guess we'll take Decision Paralysis. Don't really need it though. Our removal, we're super removal light. I may have to play the Censor. Okay, so here I think we're going to take the Heckma Sentinels, which actually look pretty good in our deck. I could take a third Illusory Wrappings too. I mean, they do deal with things. They're a bit clunky though. But the Sentinel, we have a lot of cycle and discard, right? Well, at least cycle, I thought. At least a good amount, I thought. But we need some more creatures. Anyway. So I guess I'll take the Sentinel. think the Monument's going to go and the Forsake can be sideboarded. Guess we'll take the cat. I don't really want it though. I mean, it does have Embalm, I guess, which is good for Wind Guide, but it's not great. Could have 2 red cartouches for my trials. Do I have to go deep on that? I'm not going to play Open into Wonder. So I mean, it's an option to bring back my 2 trials, but maybe I don't. If I don't play the blue trial, I feel like that's not great either. It is nice to have like some card draw, especially for playing 17 lands in a deck that doesn't have any bombs. Well, Wings of Rebuke might be something that we actually just need. So wait, Sacred Cap basically has good synergy with Wind Guide. Other than that, it's a 1-mana 1/1 lifelink, which is pretty unexciting. I guess it has Anointer Priest synergy too. I mean, we have a lot of Embalm, so I guess if we can live, we're okay, but yeah, we got the Priest. So why don't we just play 3 Priests, cut the cat probably. And then figure out what we want to cut from here. So I'm going to do a count for the Heckma Sentinels. How many actual cycle or discard we have, which I guess it's less than I thought. We have, God, Anointed Priest is so underwhelming. I mean, I guess they're better in multiples. If you embalm something, gain a bunch of life maybe. But we probably don't want to cut a creature, because 15's fine. I kind of don't want to cut the blue trial, even though it's pretty mediocre. And I want to keep the Winds because we have a good amount of Embalm and I might need it. So for the Sentinels synergy, we've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5's not very much. I could just cut the Heckma Sentinel. And then maybe I cut... maybe I cut the Censor at that point if I'm cutting the Sentinel, because then I don't need it. Because I still have I'll have Essence Scatter and Cancel anyway, which is pretty good. Alright, so I don't think this deck is very good. But this is how I think we're going to run it. And we'll probably end up going... We still want the white early, so I'll go 9-8. Yeah, this deck is pretty weak looking overall. At least we'll get to try out the Aven Wind Guide, but don't have a ton of confidence in this deck. But I think this is the best build we have for it, I think. So this is how we'll run it. And we'll see you round 1.